Alright, man, it looks like it's going to be another B-split push coming up here, standard as could be for the T side.
Yeah, they are getting ready for it right now. They've got two people coming out through the middle, 3 people through upper dark at the moment. There's counter-terrorist holding one guy inside the B-bomb site, one guy down towards the middle of the map.
Yeah, that B-slope man on CT side is going to be the linchpin here. T side, they've managed to put the CT smoke down. No support coming in from the A site here for the defense. It's all going to come down to the entry shots here, the man making the plan.
It's getting kind of cold in here.
Yeah, man, did you leave the window open?
I don't think so. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth. You can take the blue, or the red pill, or the green one.
What? There's a green one? Sweet.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the stream here. We do have our final game coming up between NiP and mousesports to decide who's going to be this week's King of the Hill and win 750 euros and 250 for the losers. So they're both, you know, where the money is, but there's a significant difference. And they also get to be the kings for next week. So I mean, they'll only be playing one best of 3 next week. So there's a lot on the line here. And of course, this is the Caseking of the Hill, cooled by Alpenföhn. You're on Room on Fire, and we're still not quite ready with the game. You guys haven't connected, have you, to Go TV either? Well, I'm still stuck connecting.
Let me see. No, I don't think so either. Players should be connecting on, but I guess we can take advantage of this time to talk about how in this best of 3, Anders,
actually,
both of the new maps are going to happen.
We need to take advantage of this time to do our raffle. Because
that's true.
Otherwise, we're going to run out of time. So I'm going to turn subscriber mode off and don't put it on again, guys. And I'm going to open the raffle. So if you type ! raffle, you can win. And the first thing we're giving away is one of these CPU coolers from Alpenföhn, a Bock & Eco. Really, really nice model. Small, but really effective, so you can do whatever you want with it. And Remember, you have to be from Europe, guys. So type Raffle, and I will message you and make sure you're from Europe, because if you're not, then you can't win, unfortunately. We can't ship to all over the world. Not just yet, anyway. We'll try and see if we can work on it. So we're going to do one of these giveaways now, and this is for everybody who's in Europe. And then afterwards, after the game, we're going to do a giveaway for the headset and the subscriber giveaway. So if you want to stick around and win there, you have to do that, subscribers. Unfortunately, it's getting late, but that's how it works here. So keep in there. Hang in there. We're going to do the raffle for another 10 seconds or something, and then we're going to close it pretty quickly. So keep doing it. Remember, also, you have to follow the stream to be able to win. So if you haven't clicked the follow button already, then do it. But we can't spend too much time raffling, because then we'll get into the game time, and we don't want to delay the game any further. As the players, man, they've shown real heart staying up this late. We know it's a little bit brutal, but that's what it is here. So another few seconds, guys, and we'll be able to do it, and I will draw the winner, and we will figure it out from there. So stick around for a little bit. I'm gonna count down for 5 seconds, because people should have enough time to do this. So it's gonna be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you guys should have already been able to type plenty of time here. So the raffle has been closed, and I'm gonna put subscriber mode on now, just so I can actually no, actually I can't even do that. I'm just gonna wait a little bit here, and then we're gonna make the draw happen, and the winner is Barolo 1. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. That is the winner. So I'm going to send you a really quick message here and ask if you're the winner, just to make sure. Just to make sure you're from Europe. So check your inbox, Barolo 1, and we'll see. Just send me a quick reply back. You should have got a message just about now that that it's up. And if you are indeed from Europe, then it's all cool. It's all good. If you didn't win this time around, then remember, you can still win a headset a little bit later, and that should be good as well. But, I'm just waiting for a reply in my inbox here. I hope I pronounce it correctly. Some of these names are hard, but Barolo 1 seems like I'm doing it correctly. So just send me a message back, and we should be good to go. If not, we're going to have to redraw the winner. And remember, this is for everyone who is within the European region. Let's see. He says, "Oh my God, Serbia, does that count?" I guess it kind of does. That must be close enough, right?
Right?
Serbia counts as Europe.
Yeah,
that should be alright.
So
that should be alright.
I'm pretty sure it does. So congratulations.
It definitely counts.
I'm gonna make a ruling on it anyway. We've officially included Serbia in the European Union. So, yeah. Congratulations, guys. We're going to do another giveaway later for the headset, but that's the one we have time for right now. Actually, do we have time? Because only 7 players on. So should we do the other one as well now?
Just go ahead and get the other one done real quick.
All right. So we're going to turn subscriber mode off again here, and you guys type raffle again, and we'll redraw everything, and hopefully we get another winner any second. So, we've had a raffle, so if you already typed raffle, you're good to go for the next one here too. But we'll see how it all goes down. Keep typing, and we'll draw another winner quickly as the players do join up really fast here. And big thanks to Caseking for allowing us to do this Alpenföhn and Beat Phoenix 2. This next one is a Beat Phoenix headset, and you can get them in 4 different colors. I think it's black, white, blue, and red as I'm wearing here, so that's it. And you get to choose your color as well, so it's all good. Raffling away, and I'm going to do the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to go and close it up here, and we're going to draw, see who's winning. So that is Caseking, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I will announce the winner in chat here, and I'll send you a quick message. So check your inbox, make sure that that you reply back to me that you are in that from Europe. Just send me a message back, and I will know. And if you are, then we're good to go. I'll get your details later. I'll message you to make sure that we get the right person and everything else. So, but now we just need to make sure that you're from the right region, and then we should be good to go. In the meantime, Semler, you're right. We're going to be seeing both Overpass and Cobblestone, and then in between Dust 2. That's how it works. And he's from Finland, so that's great. We have, unfortunately, Encore didn't make it through, but we have some Finnish fans still watching. Thank you very much, guys. So that's it. We have the 2 winners for this evening. We're going to be drawing more winners in the upcoming weeks. And you can still win in the Facebook raffle, where you can win a mouse from Osa and also some in-ear plugs and also a mouse mat signed by Semler and us. That's Semler and myself. That's down at the bottom of the stream, guys. So go and check it out and like the Facebook page, and you'll be good to go to win. And if you're a subscriber after this game, we're going to do a giveaway as well, and that's for something quite different. In fact, I'm switching it over to the game now, just so we can show everything here. The players are connecting in, so we should be good to go pretty soon here. But one of the giveaways is going to be for this AWP Asimov. That's for the subscribers only. And also this knife, which is gifted to us by Dog from Australia, also for the subscribers. So big thanks to him. And that means, yeah, those are sub-giveaways that are happening after the stream. So I hope you guys are going to stick around for it, and you get a chance to win. But how are we progressing here, guys? Now, Semler, now we can get into it. I'm ready now. The maps, what do you think?
I think this is kind of what I was hoping for, actually, when we stuck to the old ban system, or the frag bite ban system, one that's pretty commonly used. Leaving it in there and just seeing, are teams just going to auto ban the new maps, or is it actually going to make it through and be selected as one of the maps or 2 of the maps even for the best of 3s? And so far tonight we've had overpass once, as we saw LC versus Mouse. But now, in this final best of 3 to settle who's going to walk away with the crown, we actually have both new maps. How good does it get? I'm happy with it. I don't know, Van, are you cringing? At least you don't have to observe Cobble this time, Van, so you can be happy about that.
I don't really like it from a tactical aspect either, or the way the map is as of right now.
Well, wait. One thing, and why I think it's good, is that this gives us more opportunity to actually see pro players playing on this map, and with how much they've been hiding their game going into Gamescom, we need more maps like this, like more opportunities to see them playing it, so that there's more and more clear examples for what needs to be fixed with the maps, right? So this is positive.
Surely that's an argument you can make for it. I still think even with tweaks you could find better maps than Cobble. Overpass is definitely a map that you could have slight tweaks to, and it could actually be a pretty good map that could easily stay in the map pool. I don't think that's the case for Cobble, because I think the version of Cobble we saw in 1.6 and Source, both of those are better than the current one, which might sound rude because it was so one-sided. But yeah, not really a huge fan of the current version. But we'll see. I guess Valve said that they've got plans, and they've gotten a lot of feedback over the weekend in Germany. So.
All right. Well, I mean, hopefully that's going to result in something better. I think I've already typed ready, so we should be good to go.
According to eBot, you haven't.
Well, I'm trying to fix it as soon as I can. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm really new at using this eBot, and our admin has unfortunately some internet issues. So we'll see if we can't get it on the way. Let's see. Let's see. Alright, it should be good. Yeah, now it says the streamers are ready, so yay! Alright, maybe it was just a delay on the stream here that meant they couldn't see it yet, but I already placed it, so it should be good to go. Fantastic stuff. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. I know it's getting late, at least here in Central Europe, so thanks for staying up with us and enjoying this really, really great game that's coming up. It's between NiP and mousesports, best of 3 right here for the Caseking of the Hill, cool by Alpenföhn. So let's get the knife round ready to go. I mean, I guess predicting NiP is going to win is a little bit too easy, guys. So I want you to predict if it's going to be a 2-0 victory or if it's going to be going to Cobble on the 3rd map.
2-0 victory.
2-0 victory? Okay.
Yeah, or Fiflaren killing the birthday party. All right, then.
Fiflaren at this point is not about festivity. Fiflaren is about just putting his foot down and saying, okay, that's it. It's past my bedtime. It's time to go to sleep, guys. Mousesports, you put up a good fight versus LC, but this is the end of the line. Now you're running into the major champions here.
Well, they certainly are. Maybe this knife round is going to make a difference. Forest really putting in work with the knife here, and I'm not sure if the rest of mousesports can stand up to it, but they do. Forest, can you do it? What the hell is going on? Alright, so they do actually win the knife round on mousesports' side, and I wouldn't be surprised if they don't pick the CT side. Yeah, switching is what Chris is saying. Freiburg, what's going on? Too much fun is being had here for Freiburg.
I think Freiburg's able to find amusement in a lot of things. He's a pretty happy-go-lucky guy.
Swap is in effect, so let's get it on. NiP starting on the terrorist side. It will be mousesports starting on the more favored counter-terrorist side. And I'm interested to see, because this map really was strange between Mouse and LC. And, I mean, we saw LC had a lot of difficulty holding the B-bomb side, and we'll see if mousesports are better at it than the Norwegians, basically.
Yeah, and we also saw, well, LC on their T side struggling a lot with mousesports aggression from basically the party area and long. And mousesports were able to pick up a lot of frags that way and give themselves a lot of room to work with. So I would assume that NiP have some sort of a plan to counteract the aggression coming up, or potential aggression coming up from mousesports.
All right, now there's a big push coming in from NiP towards this B-bomb side, and Mouse actually going to have to hold tight here. KZY will take down one, and Tabson running in. C-set 70 high, and this could be big. He almost kills 3, but in fact kills none. A grenade will land from Legia and take down Get Right, but look at Forrest and Exist here. This could have been beautiful from Tabson.
Holy hell, the damage done.
Chris jumping shot and takes down Freiburg, and then Exist to fall. The retake is almost flawless here from Chris J. But this is rare, but I'm going to give this round to Tabson. I think he, in spite of getting no kills, he probably saved it for mousesports. That's ridiculous. He put 3 people at under 10 health in a second, basically.
I was kind of hoping that NiP would actually group up for that nade because they were all like sub 10 HP. But somehow they managed to spread out far enough to only lose 1 guy to that nade. But that would have been one of the sickest nades like in recent memory if that actually went off right. I suppose the one thing that NiP can take away from this is now they've got the bomb plant in the first round, right? So they're going to be able to put some pressure on earlier here versus mousesports. No messing around this time for mousesports, however. By Chris J, for example, going for like a CZ armor, he just went straight up a rifle. They're not giving NiP any kind of leeway here at mousesports.
And Fiflaren caught by the observer, which is me, by the way, trying to play around in the puck over at the by the playground there. So that's not a good time to waste your time, Fiflaren. It's a serious business. You're playing to win here.
And I think they're actually going to get quite close up and personal with this B-bomb site. And if they're able to take that Tabson, that should be a pretty easy bomb plant for them.
And what exactly is the plan here now? Freiburg is going to be the one pushing forward, but there's already quite a bit of defense here for mousesports. The bomb is going to be following towards this B site. They're just going to go full on YOLO and try and get onto this site as quickly as possible to get the plan.
Yeah, and they might be able to. Tabson's running in here and will pick off Get Right in the very last second. So actually I thought maybe this very defensive hold from mousesports would be a big problem because the bomb would go down for NiP, but they hold on to it. Interesting.
Yeah, so already doing a bit of a better job than what LC did versus mousesports. And the last best of 3. I think that's safe to be said. But yeah, it is easy rounds. But now we finally have a buy round from NiP.
Yeah, this is when it gets fun, and this is when we see if they've adjusted for mousesports and their aggressive play versus LC on the CT side. And they're already pushing around. Chris J is going to try and sneak up, but Get Right's already found KZY. This is a 2-for-1 to trade. NiP coming out on top.
Yeah, Legia is actually going to keep rotating back here, and Alus towards the toilet. Fiflaren goes down. Forrest pretty should be dead already, and Legia wants to go for the repeat here, but this is not working out really well for mousesports there. Kind of maybe... Are they going to be able to pick up the bomb here? Exist, if he goes down, that could be big. Legia now actually controls the bomb. He can't see it, but he is.
I'm not sure if he saw it there or not.
Wow.
But all with the flank.
They actually stabilized. This is a completely chaotic round for both sides, I feel like. And now Legia knows about the bomb. He's seen it.
Get Right still got full HP, though. And there's still 43 seconds left on this clock. So Get Right is now looking to see if he can't catch somebody off guard here. Alu, he's going to get spotted out by Get Right. Or does he? Is he around the corner yet? No, he's not. That's the X-ray fooling with me.
It's really tough for Get Right. He wants to check every angle, but he hasn't checked behind him. He's going to be walking right in and goes down. And mousesports, they win it anyway. I can't believe it. That's a triple kill for Legia. Vendetta, just summarize for me in 2 seconds what happened that round.
Basically, the aggressive push from mousesports was never cut off. Legia remained on long the entire time, and that kind of gave him the opportunity to flank 3 NiP players, more or less, or 2 NiP players. And with the bomb left, it was pretty easy for them to actually just hold it off until Get Right had to rotate off the B bomb site.
That was such a strange round, and I mean, moving straight into this one, NiP are actually on an eco. They bought CMC sets, but there should be a good chance for mousesports to actually pick up a couple of rounds here, and they have Legia and Alu over there already with a decent bank, so if they can keep stacking it up here, they might be in for a pretty good first half here.
I mean, mousesports, we've seen what they're capable of. Oh, peekaboo, Chris J. Nice shot on Get Right there to clear him out. But NiP seem to be eyeing that A site at this point. The bomb is close by. They've already snuck their way up here, but the crossfire situation is here now. Are they going to be able to clear this site out fast enough?
Wow. Well, the answer is that Legia is just a rock. They lined 4 people up for me, took them down like bowling pins, and that's going to be 5 rounds into the game here, and NiP not making any progress right now. But they have bought rifles again, and as far as we know, you don't need, an absurd amount of rounds. I think if NiP make it up to 5 or 6 here, I think they're going to be alright.
I think it's too early to really tell for sure. This map seems to go both ways, depending on what team is playing.
Good early pick-off here, but Get Right comes in with 1, and Freiburg will pick up a 3rd kill for NiP. Good shot from Chris J, and actually KZY is going to take a kill. So now we're back into a 2-on-2, and look at where Chris is. He's going to want to look for another one, but they're going to flank the long way around. If they go towards the birthday party, that would be crucial, but Freiburg, he's looking for a picnic.
Freiburg is currently working his way up towards Snake right now. Fiflaren is hung back in party, looking to see if he can catch anybody rotating through, notably Chris J. But Chris J is already back to this A site. And KZY is set up with his immolation nade is what I want to call it, but it's actually
Molotov or incendiary.
Incendiary, there we go, thank you.
Ooh, Fiflaren goes down. Chris has picked up a triple, and Chris has been such a monster today. He dropped 37 kills in one of the games earlier, and we'll see if he can do it again and maybe actually do some damage to NiP here. Freiburg makes it past, and actually Chris J burns to death. How on earth did that happen?
I think Chris J was 99% sure he was going to get that kill. Are you kidding me, Freiburg? Are you kidding me? Does he actually get that shot?
That does not make any sense at all. I have no idea why Chris sacrificed himself in that position.
Oh, because he was 99.9% sure he would get that shot on Freiburg jumping to the site.
Yeah, but that's still a very stupid... if that was really what he thought, then that's very dumb. Because you're still 99% sure to get it if you just play the 2-on-1. So that's a huge error of judgment.
It's the power of Chris J. It's the power of Chris J. We've seen it work all night long for mousesports. Like this, if this guy starts doubting himself, mousesports are going to vanish.
Yeah, well, I think they might vanish even more if he keeps making plays like that. That was a little bit insane. I didn't actually catch how he died. I want to watch the demo of that because that looked so crazy. Long range battle here coming out, and Legia is actually going to fall to Fiflaren, and probably should have picked up that kill on Forest. And that's going to give NiP the advantage here.
I think the benefit for mousesports at this point is that they still have Alu here on long, and he could easily pick off people as long as he rotates back soon enough, but it seems like Exist is already going to have the drop on him if he decides to rotate back towards A.
I'm really wondering if Chris wasn't actually flashed in that last round. Nice pickup from KZY. He's going to take down Freiburg, and he's going to be peeking. Look at the team flash coming in here, but Forrest gets him as he tries to fall back. Fiflaren and Forrest both almost dead, but not actually dead. And Alu going to pick up the first kill here. Runs. Fiflaren is right down there. Has the AWP and right through the wall by Squeak is going to take down Fiflaren. This is actually looking very interesting for mousesports. NiP have won one round. If they lose this next one, they're going to have to eco straight away. And Alu, does he see it coming? Exist coming up from behind. He's going to turn around. He misses the shot and doesn't get it picked up here. 10 seconds left, and Tabson just has to run. Exist can't win it.
6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, he's not going to have the time. Nope. 3 seconds, he doesn't get the plant. Now it's just about him getting the $300.
Wow. So Alu really winning that round, and Tabson realizing in the last second that going for the fight would be a very bad idea. So 5-1, and NiP back with very, very little money and 1 AK here on Exist. It's really turning into quite a grotesque first half.
Well, we saw the same thing happening in LC versus mousesports, only it was the T side getting off to that good start. So I wouldn't be worried if you're rooting for NiP at this point. I wouldn't be too worried for them.
No, me neither. Maybe they can pick off Alu here. He's only got the M4A1, so he's going to make it back in time, actually. But I'm always worried when I see someone too close to a lot of pistols, because you run out of bullets, that's really bad.
You know, the spray you'll pay. I mean, Exist does, well, he sprays great. He's going for another one, but Alu gets around the corner just in time to save himself. Alu's still here, but Exist hunts him down. And now we're into a 3-on-3, where mousesports are the ones having to cover more ground. I would love to see NiP just gather up. Get Right is currently doing his thing over at main tunnel towards B. But the other two members for NiP, I would love to see them gather up and just kind of work together, watch each other's backs. Especially if Florian can get a rifle for his teammate.
Right now, we can definitely tell that the B-bomb side is a lot better defended, because there's 2 people here, essentially. Chris is going to have a rough task on his hands if they end up going for A, and they have to make up their minds sooner rather than later. There's only 30 seconds here, and they don't want to end up running out of time. They are going to go for the B-bomb site, so Tabson and KZY here, and I think Tabson's position especially is going to be pretty big.
I think it's actually a pretty good position as well.
He's going to smoke it off. He's going to smoke it off.
Oh.
That smoke blocks out upper. That's perfect. NiP now have a way onto this site. KZY can't support. He's going to get picked off by Exist. And now the position from Tabson gets nailed. Exist. Huge round from him. 4 frags.
And that's it. Very nicely done from Exist and NiP. Walking into that bomb site and obviously planning that smoke is going to make the biggest difference here. 5-2. And we are moving into the 8th round. Have to see. mousesports actually cannot make the buy. So even winning all these rounds, they can't actually do it. And that's obviously great news for NiP.
I'm very glad to see that we actually are starting to see some of those smokes come into play here. So the team's having a little bit more time to play around with these maps, I suppose, but already Connector, just a huge firefight going down. Alu picking off Ryberg, Exist picking up 1, 2. Can he get a 3rd? He's looking for it. Chris J is still waiting around the corner, and that's going to cost him. Forrest with the flank.
Oh, he was so happy, Chris. He just picked up that AK. KZY here is going to get taken down. Forrest under hunt will not be stopped, and it's going to be a triple kill for him. So a pretty quick round after all. mousesports not really doing much in it, and it's going to be 5-3. And do they want to force it up here? They actually don't, and I think that's the right choice, actually. They buy armor and CZs because they'll still be able to buy in the next round anyway. I really like this choice, in fact. I think this is a good move.
Yeah, it's worthwhile investing into. It's as long as it's not going to hamper your upcoming buys, then why not? Because the opportunity is there for you to actually pick up a round, and worst case scenario, you do significant damage to NiP's economy.
Has Get Right given away the fact that he has an AWP right now towards B?
No, he's not shot yet.
So KZY is just really playing it that safely. That's crazy right now. KZY just dancing on the edge of that pipe, not wanting to show himself, and Get right on the other side. So we'll see if eventually KZY is going to go ahead and take a peek forward and see if he can't spot any terrorists.
A little bit of damage put into Forrest, actually, long range with the CZ, so not at all bad for a start here. Forrest got to be careful. Chris is right on that smoke, and Forrest not landing the shots through. Still 50 seconds, and NiP playing it slowly and carefully, and I definitely like this from the Swedish ninjas. Flaren is going to be spotting out the first guy over by the toilets there, but it feels like they might go back towards the B-bomb site here. A good pick off onto Chris there from Flaren. Yeah, it's going to be a push with through the pipe here, and actually Tabson is in a good position, but he's going to get taken down. The smoke clears, and KZY falls after a kill. Alu and Legia are both in a good position, but it's not enough here. Get Right through the smoke, doesn't even care about it. Legia is going to be point-blank range, but can't take down Exist, and we are at 5-4, so a lot of rounds in a row here, 3 in a row for NiP, and we're almost tied. mousesports going to have to see if they can pick up a bunch of rounds here and sort of get the game under control again.
It does feel like it's starting to spin a little bit out of control here for mousesports. You're right. I mean, this is despite that buy, not really managing to get the additional money from kills. Mousesports now are like Kevlar, no helmet, glass cannon for Chris J. But again, here's the straight up aggression from mousesports. This is something we saw time and time again versus LC. Now we have to see if NiP are the ones to deal with it, and that's not going to be the case. Forrest already picked off by Chris J.
Yeah, Forrest looking really happy then. He was like, all right, I'm close to this AWP. I'm going to get him leg shot from Chris, and he's going to go down, so they will hunt him. That could have been a 6 shot onto Exist then, but instead it's just now a 4-on-4 situation, and I think he wanted a little bit more from it. But killing Forrest is still a good opening.
Yeah, it does leg shot Exist as well, so damage has been done. And this crossfire, or this kind of setup that you have inside the toilet area for mousesports, that I think Fifth Lauren is going to be in for a rough time.
Yeah, especially because he comes in from an angle where they can see the shadow first, so Alu picks up the kill, but then Get Right's down there, and Alu didn't see that coming. At least I think they don't realize that Legia is here, actually. They have almost no reason to check it either, because normally, as far as we've known, there's not going to be that many people holding here by the toilet. And look at Get Right, he's just walking in here.
Yeah, they gave away the bomb position, and instantly you saw on the B site that the like semi-rotation come out. mousesports, they control themselves and they go back to their positions on that B site, but there was a little bit of a moment of confusion there.
He's walking up behind them. He's got the pistol out. Why? There's the rifle coming in here. He's spotting a bunch of people, and Get Right goes down. Second kill coming in, and Legia. That should be the round here. Just 8 seconds left for Freiburg. He's going to run in. He wants to put the bomb down at least, and he's actually going to be able to, but they should be able to control this situation. Freiburg takes down one, and now it's a 1-on-2. Freiburg looking for a little bit more. Goes for the kill on Legia, and he's almost out of bullets. He's going to go down to Tabson. But Freiburg is a terrifying player. He almost won that 1-on-3 again.
If you realize if he got the spray the first time on Legia, he killed Tabson there.
Yeah, I think
like, that's right. That's how close it was for Tabson. Freiburg is a monster. But okay, what do you think about the situation right now, Van? Seeing as how mousesports pick up a 6th round, they get 2 guys to live through it, or 1 guy rather to live through it. So their money still isn't that great. Whereas NiP have a full buy. Yeah, NiP have bank. Like NiP have bling right now.
Yeah, and obviously it's great for mousesports to pick up a round, but the advantage is in NiP's favor right now because they can break NiP completely. No, I mean mousesports completely.
I just had a picture of Freiburg, and he had like his new diamond crusted grill, right? You know, because they got bling, and it says like Beast on it or something like that. You know, it's just Freiburg. He's going into sites. You know, he's just got the grill going. He's going into sites, getting entry frags left and right. You can't handle him. You can't chain him down. Freiburg will not be stopped.
There's you know an image for Photoshop, no doubt. Legia over here by the actual playground. And this position could be really great for him. He's got an angle right here at the edge of the smoke, and I'm not sure if anyone's going to be checking it. Forrest is actually kind of looking, so there's a standoff going on here. Forrest even putting some shots through, and Legia going down to Fiflaren. Again, this position not working out so well for mousesports as it did earlier.
The flank is coming in, but I mean, it's not the flank. The rotation coming in here from KZY to bolster the defense on B. Get Right is waiting around the corner. There's the little pop flash. Not nearly as effective, though. Tabson is not phased. And that's going to slow things down now for NiP.
Yeah, but can Tabson stay alive here? Timing is everything for him. He's going to have to pick it up, but he gets Molotov down. Does take down Fiflaren, but now the bomb site is being overrun quickly. KZY trying to hold alive here. Will take down Freiburg. Is that going to be enough here? Forrest comes up with a kill. It's a 2-on-2. Just a few seconds left here, and KZY can't stop the plant. He's going to go down, and that seemed like a big misplay. Now Chris is alive, 1-on-2, and he's going to get Forrest as well. Get Right will fall, so Chris to the rescue. Saves the round again, but I actually think KZY could have gone all in and just tried to spray through the smoke on the bomb planter, and he would have won the round just from doing the kill.
I thought he had it because Forrest rotated around that pillar, and he didn't have Get Right's back to stop that from happening. So I thought for a second there KZY was actually going to stop that plant, or at least, you know, get Right and turn it into a 2v1. But missed the opportunity, I guess. Maybe got cold feet? I don't know, Ben. What do you think?
Yeah, I actually thought they would. mousesports would have been able to deny the plant. With I think it was KZ who was posted up there in the slope. Yeah, I definitely thought he would be able to deny the plant, but Forrest actually landed a shot. Or KZ hesitated just a second too much, and Forrest gets the frag through the smoke. Actually at that point I thought NiP would have had the round, but Chris J.
Yeah, Chris J with an AUG, and they keep using the Molotovs to force out Tabson, which I think is a great idea from NiP, but Who could have counted on the Orc? They are going to be able to smoke off Chris here, and Tabson spraying furiously, not going to pick up the kill on Forest, and KCY is going to be moving into a better position here. Does take down Forest, but it's not quite enough here. It's a 2-on-2, and the bomb will go down once again for NiP, and mousesports just don't have anywhere near the amount of money to lose around. They got to keep in it here. They have to win this, otherwise they're going to be ecoing, and maybe even double ecoing.
Oh, nice bomb there. Nice nade, however, from Piflar, and that's going to slow Legia down. Legia is going to be looking towards short. Not sure if he heard a step there or not, but they have to know that there's somebody around that corner. There's a smoke down on the site, and things get complicated here for NiP. Piflar with the spray is going to pick up the kill, and this turns it into a 2-on-1 now. Alu's still looking for Get Right, and it's not going to matter.
Oh man, that was so close, but now mousesports are actually in a really bad position. NiP could end up taking a lot of rounds in a row here. The counter-terrorist team just won't have the money for it, and I actually think they are so close all the time to picking up these rounds, but they're just making a few minor mistakes, and NiP are good enough to pick up on it.
Yeah, and I also think it helps out the fact that you can tell that NiP know what they're doing when they're going for their B takes. They absolutely know. You could tell by the smokes they're putting down and, well, everything they're doing, really. And obviously that's going to make it tough for mousesports to really hold on to stuff, because NiP ensure the fact that they are going to do damage to mousesports regardless of outcome of the round.
Well, they find Forest, but that still leaves Tabson alone by this bomb site here, so... Oh, did my game just crash? I think it did.
No, did it?
Yeah,
radio
so sorry,
broadcasts.
I'm going to be
this
right.
Is still an anti-eco round. NiP are just rolling onto this B site right now. Mousesports, they were trying to go for like the flank shenanigans, but Freiburg has just walked right into it. KZY gets taken out immediately. Freiburg making sure they can't get backstabbed again with the second frag, and Exist will find Alu trying to rotate in from the A site. So that B site was pretty much made for NiP. They lose 2 guys though, so on an eco round, Mousesports still managed to do some economic damage, but NiP just take the round handily, and we're looking at 7-6 right now. Mousesports still in the lead, but NiP with the advantage here going into this next round, seeing as how Mousesports, due to the double eco situation, they just don't have the money. They're all floating around 3,300.
And we are back again. Sorry about that, guys. No idea why it ended up like that, but my game just randomly closed, so that does happen every once in a while. Now we're back into it, and we're in the 14th round, and I don't know. So, actually, and Tabson, something happened with Tabson as well.
Yeah, we lost Tabson real quick. He's
restarting his router.
Restarting his router, so we should be back in a couple minutes with him.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Well, that gives us some time to just readjust, and... I mean, right now we're looking at 7-6. I think if mousesports could somehow pick up these next 2 rounds, and I would be surprised if they don't force it up here to try and make it 9-6. I think that's a good aim for the CT side right now. But what do you feel like? I mean, Ven, have you been able to identify what some of the weak points are here for mousesports? I feel like the way they put Legia down all the way over here aggressively towards the long area is maybe not paying off as well as it should.
I think that's more down to the fact that NiP are not giving them a lot to work with towards that area at all. NiP like going towards, I guess, the underpass, if you could call it that, and the bomb site. Most of the time, we don't really see them working, as of late in the game, we haven't seen them move too much towards the A bomb site, and that kind of negates the aggressive position that Legia takes up. And I think that's simply because Legia was so successful that one round he actually managed to do it, and NiP went for the A-bomb site, so they're going to try to avoid that because it's so hard to clear out that entire long area without using too much time for the CTs to rotate around and actually set up a pretty solid crossfire on the A-bomb site. So I think NiP are playing this correctly by just going heavily towards that B-bomb site, and you can't really fault them because it is working.
It is. It's definitely working. I mean, 6 rounds on this map, I think, is pretty good. But as we saw earlier, it can still switch around quite a bit as LC almost made a crazy comeback on the terrorist side. Very close indeed. Still waiting on Tabson to get back in here, but...
I'll keep you guys updated. I'm keeping an eye on the chat right now.
All right, excellent. So if you're doing that, then allow me to welcome everyone else who's joining since we started the stream here. You're at Room on Fire, and we've had a bit of a marathon day with already 2 best of 3s, this being the 3rd one. So if you missed the games, you can actually watch the VODs on YouTube, because we do have a pretty active YouTube channel with all the games going up, and that's youtube.com/Room on Fire Studios, because we have really, big ideas. Maybe one day it'll actually be a studio. Right now, it's not so much that, but, Room on Fire was taken already on YouTube, so there's the explanation, really. Big thanks to all the subscribers and followers and everything else. And if you really want to help us out, then go and click our sponsors link at the bottom of the page for the Facebook raffle, where you can win an Ozone mouse and also some earplugs from Ozone and a mouse pad signed by Semler and myself. So yeah, go and do that. Really appreciate it if you do. I think we're creeping up on 25,000 likes, and the more the better. You know, pleasing sponsors is important, and as it happens, our sponsors are actually really cool, so we appreciate that too. What else can we say? Oh yeah, we're going to do a giveaway afterwards, a subscriber giveaway for some items. We can show them right here, in fact. AWP Asimov, and more evidence of my betting addiction here. And it's also going to be this Scorched Huntsman knife, which we're giving away, given to us by Dog from Australia. So big shout out to you as well. And thanks to people who do donate some of these items to us to give away. So that's for the subscriber team, and we'll do it right after the game, I promise. We'll get straight into it, so you guys won't have to stay up any longer than you already did. And we're going to be doing sub giveaways the next, 9 weeks at least, and probably for as long as we possibly can, because we want to keep the subscriber team active and everything else. And at some point in the future, when we get a website up and running, we're hopefully going to have a bit of a subscriber section there as well that can, gain some benefits maybe. We'll try and see if we can work on that anyway. But Vendetta, right now, who do you think is winning the most?
I like NiP chances. That's for pretty much all I can say. I don't really think you can put it down to how the map is going to play out, saying that one of the sides is more advantageous than the other, because, well, we keep pointing this out, but the map is so new that I think it's completely up to the teams themselves how good they actually they play on the various sides. And we saw that. We went into the first best of three, or the first time we saw Overpass today, between mousesports and LC, saying that, well, this has been a CT-sided map in the past, but we saw the T side flourishing in large part for both sides. And I think that's strictly up to the teams and how they play it. And that's all that comes down to, really, who plays the better individually. And yeah.
Definitely. I feel like we're learning a lot anyway, watching these maps, and obviously the teams. Actually, because the first 4 weeks we did this tournament, we didn't have these maps in, and actually all the teams that we invited asked us if we wanted to put them in, because it would help them practice. So it's actually by team request.
Yeah, I don't know if they were like pulling our legs going into that, like, oh yeah, we're totally gonna play these new maps before Gamescom, guys. You should totally have it in the pool, right? I don't like, with how closely they were hiding everything. Like, Happy was just like, you have a better chance of discovering God than me giving you a demo right now of Overpass. So, like, the thing is, I don't know if they would have done it, but still, it's cool that as soon as we said that, like, hey, we want to use the Gamescom map pool. Like, what do you guys think about that? Are you guys cool with it? Everybody's just like, yep, no problem, let's do it. So it makes sense, really. Like, that's the only thing. It makes sense, and we should really have like a unified map pool, because the players are more annoyed with having to practice like 9 or 10 maps because every tournament has a different pool than just dealing with learning the new maps. So now they have the time learning the new maps. They're going to be part of the pool, and we should actually see just new cool games, right, coming out on them. And we should hope to see all the tournaments in the future just using one core pool that changes every time. Maybe a change is made, everybody changes with it, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Close here. Alu's actually boosted up to a really cool spot. We'll see if we can make this work. Alu goes down. Freiburg somehow sees that coming, and KZY is going to be dropped as well. Tabson and Legia are left, and this was a weird round for mousesports, because, I mean, I don't understand, how did they end up buying what they did when they still have this much money left?
They just make it happen, I guess.
They just decide,
I was tabbed out this whole time. I've talked over like the whole goddamn round.
It's alright, we didn't miss anything at all, but it seemed like they semi-bought in a round where they could have all had rifles.
They could have forced up and gotten one Colt on Legia and Famas's on the others.
Yeah.
And they did just the middle thing where somebody doesn't buy up at all and some people do. I don't really understand, because now Alu's going to be rocking a CZ and everyone else is going to be able to kit themselves out.
That's a very interesting situation. I'm not really sure if I can explain that properly, but at least they can make a buy for the last round of the half here, which is the 15th round coming up straight away. Alu still holding that mid connector, and a pretty aggressive move from Legia again gets caught by NiP. That really has not been working out for the majority of this game. And that gives almost every round, it gives a really big opening to NiP doing that.
Yeah, well, it seems like NiP, like this time around, NiP realized, well, you know, they realized it early on in the half that mousesports are going to be really aggressive like this, and it seems like they've made the right adaptations to their play to take advantage of that. Because again, NiP get an entry, and again, NiP have map control, and mousesports are going to be forced back. KZY using that little boost, or not the boost, but the jump up onto the sacks, he is going to see that squeak door has been opened, so they can assume that there's somebody in connector right now for NiP.
It's a dangerous game he's playing. If he jumps again and they get the headshot on him, that's going to be devastating. He wants to throw that grenade over at some point to do some damage, but NiP are taking their time, and I think that's something that's really great about the way they're playing this side, the terrorist side of this map. It's just how slow and methodical they're playing, and trying to see if they can get the most out of the openings they get. Tabson goes down as well, so even more has been gained here for NiP.
Well, they don't want to be too slow about this. This is starting to get a bit scary here. 20 seconds left on this clock. KZY is, or Kazuya is the last man alive here on B site for mousesports, and he's going to manage to pick up one key frag. 15 seconds left. The longer he stays alive, the harder it gets for NiP.
Yeah, 8 seconds here. He gets time to reload, but not enough time here. Bomb is not going to be denied. If you got that kill, Chris, that would have been the round for mousesports, but instead now it's a 2-on-1 for Alu with 19 seconds left. That was incredibly close. Look at Fiflaren, 12 HP. One more bullet would have been it. That would have been it. That would have been the round instantly. But 8-7 in favor of NiP, and good half is called already. So there it is.
Freiburg top end the scoreboard at 17, 3, and 11 right now, so he continues to just dominate. NiP, it just feels like a complete 180 from what we saw earlier on this map. Like, LC really seemed to struggle with what mousesports were throwing at them. They started to come back a bit on their CT side, but eventually mousesports took it, right? And now NiP are just showing, okay, well, we now know what mousesports are up to, and they're able to adapt halfway through the half and really just start to put a lot of rounds on the board. Now they have 8 rounds going into the CT half. We're into the second pistol, and mousesports, they're pulling the same thing that they did versus LC. Straight up B YOLO.
Yeah, and the smoke goes up. They're going to commit to it anyway. Chris jumping through and Get Right does pick up a kill while flashed. He's kind of low on health, and Fiflaren is going to chime in. This is a great start for NiP. They're just crushing mousesports at the moment. A bit of team damage going in there from Get Right, I think, onto Exist, but it's still working out fine for NiP. KZY going to get the 1 kill, but he goes down, and NiP were just here so quickly. I think if they had jumped through the smoke and killed Get Right quickly, that would have been great.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference between this pistol on Mouse's end and the one versus LC is the fact that they got Poly on the B-bomb site when they did the same strategy, and they didn't get Right. And you saw kind of how everything turned out differently for them as soon as that one guy holding that tunnel stays alive, because he's a constant moment of, or yeah, is a constant point of worry for Mouse.
Yeah, definitely right about that. But this opening from mousesports is pretty good, though. Taking down 2 players, one in Freiburg and another one in Exist. And I mean, this doesn't secure them the round, but right now NiP have got to think really long and hard about how they set up.
Yeah, absolutely. That was really well done. We're going to lose one of those rifles, however, as Legia does get picked up. Not one of the rifles, but Legia. We lose somebody from mousesports. A little bit of damage taken there by Tabson as well. Forrest with the perfect timing to pick off Chris J. That's one. Wow. Forrest with a casual headshot on Tabson.
Now that's terrifying. That brings it from a 5-on-3 into a 2-on-3. And Fiflaren is going to pick up the kill on Alu. So mousesports getting picked up one at a time without actually setting themselves up for any chance of a return frag, which I think that's the main topic here in this last the end of that round. Just one at a time, basically.
Yeah, that's just really impressive. Forrest waking up is a real problem here, because if Freiburg's already shown, you know, he's like in beast mode, I mean, Forrest starts to land shots like that. It's
definitely very sick to see Forrest landing those kind of shots, but I think mousesports could have done a lot more to make sure that they could have got some return frags here. They could have still lost the round, but as it were, they did sort of just casually stroll in one at a time.
No, it's true. It's true. mousesports could have done a bit more of an organized effort there, or had.
Like this, like they just did, just all rushing in on Forrest. That's what they need to do last round as well. It's a really good start. They are still getting flanked here. Freiburg waiting towards the connector, and they're not really sure where they're actually running right now. Fiflaren is here with the C set in hand. It's going to pick up Alu. They do have one rifle right now. See if they can make anything off it. They're very close to Fiflaren, and he's very low on health.
They're hunting him, and they will find him in the end. But still, that actually drew the mousesports members off of the site and allowed for the rotation to come in here from NiP's members. So Fiflaurin was just baiting mousesports out onto the map, and now that's bought time for NiP to reset and set up the defense again.
Chris and Tabson running with the bomb, and they might be able to flank all the way around. Look at where NiP are positioned, so... Is this NiP being a little bit too stressed right now, Vendetta? I mean, actually, Freiburg is coming down here and might be able to catch someone up. C-Set is not quite enough to stop him, but the M4 will be. Chris now with a double, but he's being sandwiched in too quickly.
Yeah, Exist is hot on his heels right now. Get Right is going to get in upper as well. Chris J. Oh, he puts the shots through. Get Right. He's trying to stop this plant. Exist, he's not going to have it time enough to do it, though. 10 seconds left. Chris J will get caught in the crossfire. Get Right and Exist hunt him down. But still, mousesports actually getting a plant, killing off 3 members. That's not a bad eco round at all.
And you think about it, how close. This is 2 rounds for mousesports where they could have basically won it, but I don't think they made big mistakes that round. That was just down to NiP picking up some important kills. I think mousesports played that really well, so nicely done from them. But 7-11 now is the scoreline, and if NiP lose this upcoming round, they are going to be back to ecoing straight away. So mousesports actually have a pretty good chance of making it back in this game if they just change some rounds right here.
Keep in mind, you are talking about a squad being led by Exist, so I wouldn't be...
Well, there's an opening if I've ever seen one. Rushing right through the pipe. They're going to pick up the 2 kills. And Freiburg with a great grenade. But Tabson with an even better headshot. And the thing that you're alluding to here, Vendetta, is Exist's willingness to just buy a lot. Forrest, this boost, you can look down here. Okay. I am going to remember this forever. That's interesting. That's by the barrels right here. So you can actually boost up and look down. I'm learning stuff all the time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, imagine starting a retake with just picking off somebody who just has no idea where he's getting shot at from. I love it.
That's using the map architecture. That seems really interesting. I mean, if you're quick about it, you could spot it out. I mean, of course you got to run down there. I don't know. If you had a scout, that would be really fun.
Okay, well, we're moving into the 20th round, and there is that AWP on Chris. He's a bit behind his usual standard here on this map. He's only at 17 kills, which is pretty good for being 20 rounds in, but it's not the 30 kills that he was dropping earlier. There's still time.
No, you're right, man. I mean, that 30 bomb... Oh, Forrest showing that he knows Skirk spot as well. So this little boost spot up in mid right now, looking towards the toilets. Is he going to back off? He looks away just as Tabson goes running past, but he should find this frag, or at least set it up for Fiflaurin to get a double. And now NiP, well, a little bit of aggression of their own, catching mousesports off guard.
And this is a really great start, of course. Very unfortunate there for Tabson and KZY. It looked like they even realized that Forrest was going to be there, but they just couldn't keep focus on 2 members at the same time, and that put them in a really awkward position. Forrest still being here. I'm not sure about this. I would have loved Forrest to fall back and play it as safely as possible, because right now they are giving an opening for mousesports to get back in here. Ooh. Especially with that leg shot from Chris.
Chris has no fear, man. Freiburg finds Legia, though, so they're getting picked off here. Mousesports, slowly but surely, NiP are thinning the herd, and then, oh man, Forrest gets the wraparound on Chris. That drops the bomb, and that pretty much sinks the round here for Mousesports. They know where Alu is as well. Alu gets flashed. Forrest just walking around, having his way on this map.
Great round from NiP. Just as they might be forced to eco a couple of times, they bring it back with a flawless round. And mousesports, in the one round where they really needed to step it up, they end up just failing completely. Which brings us to the next question, which is, can they win this next round? Because if they don't, I'm not sure NiP are going to let go of this map. I feel like then they might be somewhere at 14-8, and that should be good enough for NiP to bring it home.
Ven, what do you think so far? What do mousesports need to be doing here to change it up?
Well, getting the op on Chris is obviously could be a good thing for them with the way he's playing. I don't think they're doing anything fundamentally wrong with the way they're playing it. I just think NiP are adapting well to the various things that mousesports are throwing at them at this point. So as long as they do not allow Chris J to actually pick up those entry frags, then they should be in a good spot.
Get Right's going to take down Legia, but Tabson with a good return there, catching Forrest just as he was peeking out of that squeak door. So it's back into a 4-on-4. But the setup on the B bomb site is looking pretty good, I think. It's Freiburg and Get Right here, and also Exist. So it's a triple setup on B, leaving just Fiflan alone on A.
Yeah, they're fairly convinced here that this is going to be a B play. Chris J takes point with that AWP, looking for the entry, but Exist instantly snuffs him as he comes around the corner. Get Right looking to see if he can't catch anybody coming in or trying to get onto this site. He's holding the angle from Pit, and Alu reacts and gets the shot mid-air. Get Right is gone, and we're into a 3-on-3.
Very nice, and Alu will pick up a second one here, but Freiburg is close, and Alu's going to be alone as Get Right, Fiflaren takes down Caseking over by the A bomb site. This would have been a great kill. If they could have got rid of Fiflaren quick, that would have been so good. And now Alu is in a very strange position. And he's not really, I mean, one grenade on him here, or any kind of bullets at all, is going to take him down. He's hoping for the first kill to make it 1-on-1. And he might be able to pick up one guy, but the grenade, Fiflaren ruining our fun. No save is going to happen here. So great retake from NiP and a good round overall. We'll make it all the way to 13-8 here. And now mousesports really don't have the money for it.
Yeah, this should be 14-8 for NiP, and at that point I think it's too far gone for mousesports to come back into this.
Yeah, now I think we're starting to get into out of control. Like, it starts to get out of control here. Mousesports are going to go not for the YOLO straight out, but still be split from both tunnels, and we'll see if they can actually find some entry frags here with this with these CZs.
Well, Forrest opening up Squeak and does take a couple of kills with him here. So Tabson so far picking up the only one for mousesports, and it's not going to be enough. Get Right will take him down, and we are looking at 14-8. So just 2 more rounds, and NiP will pick up the first round, or the first map, sorry, of this best of 3. Second map is, of course, Dust 2, which is a map that mousesports are pretty good at. And NiP almost lost Dust 2 to Encore, so it makes you question if we can actually get to see a third map here, which would be fun, even though it would be late. I'm kind of hoping for it anyway.
Oh yeah, I don't think the players will ever forgive us, but yeah, it would be sick. This is way past most of these guys' bedtimes. But hey, it's great if you're tuning in from the West Coast, right? If you're tuning in from the West Coast of America, what's up, man?
Exactly.
Cali.
It's going to be perfect, right? It's going to be perfect timing almost. Caseking up at the birthday party, trying to just escape all the war and carnage that's happening on the rest of the map. Tabson, just, I have no idea why he did that. Absolutely no idea, because that's a position mousesports have been playing so actively, just exactly where Forest is, and it's almost like they get on the seaside and they just forget about it. That seemed like a very strange choice.
I think I was watching Tabs, and then it feels like, or it looked like he had the feeling they had cleared it out decently enough, and he was just inches away from actually catching Forrest there as he went to the backside of that block, I guess.
Well, look at Alu. Should be getting the kill here on Fiflaren, but he actually misses it quite a bit in Caseking. Does finally take down Forrest. Fiflaren caught in a really tough position. He's going to go down, so Caseking with a good double pick-off. Now they're charging to that bomb site. If they get there quick enough, they're going to get there before NiP do, and that's obviously big. Freiburg charging in here. There's about 15 seconds. Are they going to go for another cheeky boost? Are you joking? They will. Exist spotting over here. They don't pick up the kill, but NiP are so well prepared here. I'm loving it.
Now this all bought time for Get Right to do his lurk thing. Chris J with the huge headshot, Alu with another on Freiburg, and now it's all on Get Right. Lurker extraordinaire needs to roll in and find a shot, but Chris J, he's already holding the door closed. Misses one though. Get Right. Will he get it? No, he will not. Chris J shuts him down.
Okay, I mean, it shows you what happens if Chris and Alu pick up AWPs, because I think NiP had a pretty good chance of taking it. But I'm still, right now, I'm just enjoying the fact that NiP are prepared all these different maneuvers, and it makes you wonder, once this map is going to be played for maybe another 6 months, how much we can actually see in of those kinds of things. Because the whole map can basically be used like they're doing it right here, and smokes and flashes as well. There's a lot of potential for some interesting plays. Fiflaren,
Yeah.
Stop short. He's actually waiting for Chris to peek him, so... An AWP battle over by the playground.
Fiflaren's been doing well with the AWP so far for NiP, landing some pretty good shots, but Chris J is going to walk out and catch him off guard. So this is now going to be NiP bringing it back to a 4-on-4 though. Freiburg and Get Right's position catches Tabson trying to get cheeky, working his way through the smoke.
Yeah, now Caseking right at the angle here, does get spotted instantly. He's going to peek out and take the battle, and that's now 3 members of mousesports dying one at a time. And again, not really for any real reason, I'm sorry to say, because I don't know. They had a basic idea, which was one guy coming out of the squeak door and one guy coming through the second pipe here, which not necessarily a bad idea. But the problem is there was a smoke in the pipe, which meant the guy coming out of squeak was walking out alone, and then after that the guy pipe walked out alone, and then a third guy came out alone from squeak. So that seemed just very uncoordinated from the terror side.
It just seemed well, it's kind of like what we're talking about, right? 1v1v1. Like these sorts of situations aren't going to go your way unless you can get that decisive first shot, and we're seeing that just not happen for mousesports. Exist is waiting at the barrels. He's going to manage to pick up all easily. Freiburg gets caught next, and NiP are now on match point, facing mousesports with a broken economy. So this should be 9-6, or rather 9-16, going NiP's way. To me, it just feels like NiP seemed to be more prepared on the map, but also just seemed to be able to react. Like they were able to react faster to what the mousesports were throwing at them versus what we saw from London Conspiracy earlier tonight. Like this is the difference.
Yeah, it definitely is. And look at Freiburg and McLaren opening up here. Chris will get a return, but it might not be enough. It's a map point right now for NiP, and Forrest is on the hunt, just coming up from behind. They have no idea. Pistols out as well. Tabson goes down as Forrest picks up 2 really good kills, and that's going to be 16-9 here for the first map, which will put us on a really quick commercial.